Today we embark on a journey around regional Victoria by rail, all in HO scale. This layout brings the charm and complexity of Victoria's railways to life, showing the builder's deep interest in grain and container trains. The choice of location stems from the builder's fascination with trains that traverse this area. The branch line at Orion, which connects to South Australia, played a significant role, as it served as a key route during the standardisation program, diverting trains to Victoria. This is a point-to-point layout, reflecting the operations of real-life railways. However, a clever connection does allow for continuous running when needed. This feature is particularly useful for tasks like speed matching or providing the opportunity just to let trains run freely while working in the shed. It's a practical touch that enhances both functionality and enjoyment. The layout's main stations are Orion, Speed and Denali, with staging areas representing Mildura, Maryborough and Inglewood. From Denali, a branch line adds further operational variety, opening up new possibilities for train movements. A unique feature on this layout is Gordon. Originally, Gordon was an exhibition layout, modelled on the real-life location where the builder once worked. Initially, Gordon was not intended to be part of this project, and the plan was to strip it down and reuse it for parts elsewhere. However, a friend's suggestion changed the course of its fate. They encouraged the builder to incorporate Gordon, even though it's geographically south of the main modelled area. The decision proved invaluable, saving time during construction, adding a charming, familiar touch to the layout. Adding historical depth, the layout reflects the evolution of the main line from Melbourne to Adelaide. Originally, the line travelled via Geelong to Ballarat. Gordon served as a terminus station on the branch line from Warrenheip. With the completion of the line from Bacchus Marsh to Balan and then to Gordon, the route became the main line to Adelaide. In terms of operation on this layout, it's a relaxed system of sequenced operations using a card system where the card outlines the starting point and destination and suggested makeup of the train. The frame of this layout was built using 75 by 19 pine frame, topped with 12mm 5-ply. The modules vary in length, but are generally about 600mm wide, with cross bracing to avoid point motors. It has been built in a modular form, so in the future it can be moved from the shed and disposed of as seen fit. The track on this layout is Pico Code 100 with large radius points. The owner already had a large amount of it and decided to use this and not waste any money. Gordon, however, was built using Pico Code 83 rail and points, so after that he just used the Code 100 supplies and built the rest of the layout using Code 83 with converted joiners. The layout was started in 2016 with the inclusion of the Gordon modules, which sped up the process. The track laying was completed in around 12 months, with the scenery gradually being added. However, this is still an ongoing task. with lighting being provided from LED lights purchased and suspended on timber hanging from the roof. The owner is fortunate to have a number of skilled modellers as friends. Bruce McLean scratch-built the Orion station and associated station buildings, providing a very interesting focal point to this area. He also built the Gordon station shed, with its unique roof and unloading veranda. Bob of the Krong Vale layout, which has been covered in another video, is responsible for building the Denali station, using a kit and scratch-building the other platform buildings. The owner of this layout built the station at Gordon and Speed from plans supplied by Bruce, as well as the footbridge at Orion, which was built after visiting the sites and taking a few measurements. Eventually, buildings that are temporary on the layout will be replaced with the correct buildings as time goes by. All the locomotives are commercial from Powerline, Austrains, Decision, Eureka, Trainorama and on-track models, with rolling stock from Powerline, Austrains, Decision, SDS, Steam-era and rail motor models. As for the electronics, the railway crossings are from Simply Rail, with both single and double track crossings activated using infrared detectors that operate as per the prototype. Crossing detectors are also used to operate some of the cooler light signals that are close to the crossings. Cobalt point motors were used on Gordon and have been retained. However, originally it all had Pico point motors, but as they fail, or as further point motors were required, servos and drivers from Simply Rail have been used to replace them. Signalling is all carried out with colour light signals driven by electric circuits from Simply Rail. The layout is controlled with DCC and uses an NCE radio system divided into 6 sections, each having protection using an NCE EB1 short circuit protection device. This system was chosen after discussions with respective modellers. And in terms of decoders, the non-sound locos are fitted with TCS decoders, but will slowly be replaced with sound decoders. And those with sound are from QSI, Tsunami and ESU. So going forward, I will continue to work on scenery detail, the weathering of locos and rolling stock and replacing buildings with the correct ones, as well as completing the last section of signalling. So here's some tips from the builder of this fantastic layout. Decide the amount of room available and the types of trains to be run, which will determine your station yard size and crossing loop lengths. Plan carefully and be sensible with what you want. For example, don't try to fit a large station into a small area. As part of the plan, draw scenery that you envision, as it also requires space. Expect that compromises will have to be made. Seek advice from people that have credibility and listen to people who have achieved working railways. And don't be afraid of doing your own thing. But at the end of the day, enjoy what you're doing. And if someone else enjoys your achievements, it's certainly a bonus. So I hope you've all enjoyed taking a tour around regional Victorian 1/87 scale. And if you liked this video, please don't forget to be subscribed so you can keep up to date with all the videos that I have coming out frequently. And of course, if you do have a layout and live in Australia, don't forget you can reach out to me, as I'd love to come and visit and document your railway. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Hooroo!